Alright Guardians, this is our weekly solo player's guide to the Nightfall. This one we are doing Savathun's Song with a Hunter. If you want a Garden World or Strange Terrain, those are going up on Wednesday with a Warlock and Titan. Haven't decided which one I want to do on which, so if you have a preference for like a Garden World or Strange Terrain with what class, let me know the strike and the class that you want in the description box down below, and we'll see what we can do. So we are rocking Solar Singe and Heavyweight. If you're going for 100,000 point, points, I would run this at like 85, maybe a little higher, because this strike for whatever reason takes me a lot longer than it should. But if you can get this done in like 16, 17, 18 minutes, then you're perfect. But if not, I would put the handicap just higher than you normally would and give you some breathing room. Like I said, heavyweight. And then I would actually go match game. You'll see why when we get to our setup, but trust me, it'll be just fine. And then also, I wouldn't do momentum with this one just because of the boss fight. We're standing or we're just like sitting there for quite a bit of the boss fight, so that can make it pretty difficult. Don't do iron. I guess if you really want to do extinguish, I wouldn't do attrition either. Definitely not blackout. You could do grounded, but if you're like me, my playstyle is a lot of jumping to get away, so take your chances on that one. I would go probably match game extinguish, to be honest. It'll be a little bit more difficult and you won't be able to die, so you might have to take a little bit longer, but that's probably the best way to go for your 100,000 points. Of course, we are rocking Solar Singe, so we've got the lower tree with enables precision damage with golden gun. Precision hits with golden gun generate orbs of light. Precision hits with golden damage increase damage and extend its duration. Enter a trance with each precision hit, reducing the cooldown of your super. And knife juggler kills grant super energy. So pretty much throw your knife, you get a headshot, you'll get a bunch of super, no, not a bunch, but a good chunk of super energy back. You get a lot of supers with this now, which is why I've been running it as opposed to Wave of a Thousand Cuts, which got nerfed to almost crap, to be honest, in my opinion. But with that, we're also rocking Celestial Nighthawk. This thing is incredible, especially now it got a golden gun damage, got a buff, and it's a big buff. So trust me, this thing will do you very well. I'm rocking Blast Furnace because it's my favorite, but if you got like a good Duke MK44, that would also be pretty decent. Borealis, this is why you want to run match game. This thing will make it so good, so good. Holding square or your reload button changes the weapon's damage type, cycling between solar, arc, and void. And then breaking an enemy shield transfers one bullet from the reserves. Breaking a combatant shield or the shield of a guardian using a super with that shield's energy type grants bonus damage for the rest of the magazine, and it does a lot of damage. Using this, say you break a solar wizard shield, break that shield, and then if you get a precision shot, that elite wizard is dead. Knights take 2 extra shots, or at least at 0 handicap, so keep handicaps in mind. But this thing is amazing. I just wish the catalyst did more than just reload speed. It might, but I don't think it does. But I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments section down below. And then I'm using Avalanche. This thing is actually really, really good. If you didn't get this during the Dawning, that's really, really too bad because it's actually pretty decent now. But if you didn't, I wouldn't take Borealis off. If you have a decent, just a decent kind of ranged power weapon that's legendary. Maybe a good rocket launcher that you like. I don't know if there's any linear fusion rifles, but that would be pretty decent. It's just something like that with a little bit of range. Or avalanche. So otherwise, let's go ahead and just rock this guide. Alright, so once you get here, you're either going to get Fallen or Hive. If you get Hive, there's going to be 2 elite Acolytes here. Otherwise, there's going to be 1 elite Dreg and then a bunch of Shanks. Or maybe it's 2 elite Dregs. Might be that. Anyways, just take them out. Kind of keep your distance if they're the Hive, especially if you're going for 100,000 points, because those will melt you pretty quick as they do solar damage. This part is going to be the exact same, whether you get Hive or Fallen. Kill the shielded enemy from a distance with Borealis if you're rocking that, and then just take out it's either going to be Dregs and Shanks or it's going to be Acolytes. Either way, it's going to run the exact same as you see in the video. Go ahead and unlock the door, and you're going to have to kill a couple waves of enemies. Not very difficult at all. I believe the first wave with Hive is going to be 2 wizards. I think that's right. Or is it? No, it's just 1 elite wizard and then just a bunch of thralls. You just want to come over here and kill all of them. And it's the same thing with the Fallen. There's going to be like 4 or 5 elite marauders. Those are the Invis guys. Might just be 2. It just feels like a bunch of them. But go ahead and take all of them out. And if you have to, run away to the opposite end of, or to the further left from us end of the pool, that middle area where all these guys are spawning in. But as you can see, the second wave spawns in immediately, and you'll get 2 elite shank, like those giant shanks, mega shanks. I don't remember what they're called. But go ahead and take everything out, and then obviously switch to your Borealis if you got it. Otherwise, use your power ammo, or if you're using a ranged weapon, use that. What are those called? Heavy shanks. If you've got the Hive version, you're going to have 2 knights, and those have arc shields. Keep that in mind if you're running match game. And then it's going to be some exploder shanks and exploder thralls and regular thralls. But once you kill all the enemies in this second wave, you'll be able to unlock the doors. Once those doors unlock, depending on what you get, you're either going to get thralls, or I got elite acolytes. Just be careful with them, because like I said before, they will do a lot of damage quickly, especially if you're rocking 100,000 points, like a very high handicap or whatever. But just kind of take them out from a distance. Shouldn't be too difficult. And then you just want to sneak in just far enough into the room so that third door opens. Once that happens, run all the way back out. Not here, but all the way out. And that way you're not going to get melted by these wizards. Sometimes they're knights, but you always get the mini boss ogre. I like to take out these guys right here. Use your super on the ogre. It'll take him out in one shot if you're just going for a completion. I'm not sure about the handicap on that one, but it will do a stupid amount of damage. Let's take out the other enemy. Get whatever ammo you can, and we'll move on into the next room. Alright, so in this room there's usually Hive. I very rarely see the the Fallen in here to the point where I don't even remember what it is. I think they're elite marauders. But just go ahead and take everything out. It shouldn't be... It's just like an in and out room. And then in the next room, 99% of the time, again, is going to be Hive. But if you get Fallen, it's going to be pretty much the same. Kill all the Fallen dregs. I don't think there's any Shanks, but there might be. And then there's going to be an elite wizard with a void shield. Kill everything else first, and then worry about the wizard. That way it's just a much easier time. If you accidentally shoot the wizard, she will wake up. So, just keep that in mind. Be very careful with your shots. But once everything is dead, take out the wizard. The Shrieker will spawn in. And then once you grab the little orb that you have to dunk, you'll get a wave of an elite knight and 3 or 4 acolytes. As you can see, they'll spawn right there. What I like to do is just throw my little grenade there. It'll take out at least 1, if not 2 acolytes, and then just power ammo down the knight. Just be very careful with the Shrieker. It just does not stop. But you want to kill everything around here, especially the elite. And then once it's done, go ahead and just wait here for your health to fully recharge. Especially if you're 100,000 points, that's going to really make a difference. As long as you finish that slamming animation, you will get the checkpoint. And once you spawn, oh well, if you're rocking extinguish, don't run extinguish. I didn't even think about that. If you have to run iron, it'll suck a little bit. But I didn't even think about that. You'll probably end up dying on one of the 2 slamming trigger things. So that's my mistake at the beginning of the video. But yeah, go ahead and slam it. And then if you die, you will get the checkpoint as long as you're not running extinguish. And you'll probably get this one, I'm assuming, but if you don't, it's going to run the exact same way. The first room is 1 elite knight, and then a bunch of normal bard acolytes. Just kill everything, and then kill the crystals. And then in the next room, there's going to be 2 generally. I'll just guide it with this one. If you get the other way, pretty much just do the same thing in this video. Just keep your distance. Take out the ogre as quickly as possible. You should have your super back. Use it on the ogres. But if you're using this one, if you get this version, which hopefully you do, so it's a lot more useful to you, what I like to do is just stand about here, take out whatever acolytes you can see. That way nothing else spawns in. And then just move up. Once you get to the top of the stairs, the ogre will spawn in, and the elite knights will spawn in. I think one's elite, I guess. Maybe there's 2 elite ones up there. But go ahead and use Borealis to take them out. Bam. And then I like to just throw a grenade down here. It'll be a lot faster. Especially if you're using a swarm grenade. That's what I would suggest because of boss damage. But once all those are dead, go ahead and move on into the next room, which is going to have 2 elite wizards, a mini boss ogre, an elite knight, and a bunch of acolytes. And I want to say there's also some what are they called? Some thralls, but I might be wrong on that. So just stay back in this room. You'll be alright. And that way you can also just kind of hit back into the room if you get too low on health. Remember, just use your super on the ogre. It'll go down pretty quick. And we do a lot of damage there. But just slowly make your way up. And then just be just be wary of these wizards, and you should be all right. Just keep your distance, and yeah. Alright, once you're here, there are 4 elite acolytes. Go ahead and take them all out. And then kill the crystals. And then on the other side of that door, there's going to be 2 wizards that are going to have void shield. So switch over to your void weapon if you're rocking match game. And then just kind of bring the orb with you. And then as you're going along, you're just going to want to kind of keep your distance. There's going to be, I think there's 2 elite wizards, some knights, but I don't believe they're elites. And then just a bunch of acolytes. I don't think there's any more ogres. So that's a good thing. But then once you get to the slamming thing, be very careful. You probably will die at this one just because it's a lot harder to get around without taking damage. And if you don't kill all the acolytes, you're definitely going to die. You'll see me die here and then get the checkpoint. Just make sure you finish that slam animation and you'll be okay. Alright, but once you're here, there are going to be 2 elite wizards with void shields. Let's go ahead and take them both out, and then the bottom, the floor will open up, and you'll get moving into the final stage before the boss fight. So this is the Cursed Thrall room. Just shoot all the Cursed Thralls. If you're going for 100,000 points, I guess try and kill the wanted enemy, which is a wizard. So just be very careful of her. She will melt you really quick. Like, as you can see, even without any handicap, she got my health down to about halfway very quickly. So be very careful of her. I would say hold on to your super though. You're going to want it for the boss. It'll just make it a lot easier. And then, yeah, we'll move on into the boss fight. Alright, so for the boss fight, go ahead and just stand right about where I am at. And hopefully you have your super. If you do, just go ahead and pop it. I'm also throwing my grenade just because. A little bit extra damage. Make sure you get that precision shot. Take your time a little bit and line up that shot. And then you're going to get these thralls spawning in. Just go ahead and take them out. There should be about 8, if I remember correctly. And then the next little bit is going to be 1 elite acolyte, 2 knights, and then just a bunch of red bar health acolytes. I believe the knights are also just regular red bar health enemies. But what you want to do is leave 1 knight alive until he's the very last enemy. Because once you kill both knights, the Savathun song will open back up. And you'll have to deal with her and the whatever acolytes you didn't kill. So just keep that in mind. Kill everything before both knights. You can kill one of the knights, like you saw me do here, but leave 1 alive. That's very important. And then once that's done, the boss is going to open up, and we're going to move into where that elite acolyte just was. That's going to be a little safety spot. As you can see, there's the boss opening up. We're just going to hide behind cover. She'll despawn into the middle, and we're just going to pump her full of bullets until she despawns, just like so. You'll get another 6 or 8 Thrall spawning in. Hopefully you did enough damage so she'll close back up, just like so. If not, power ammo her down a little bit more. Save your super. I believe you could probably, if you're not doing the 100,000 points, you could probably kill her right then and there. But if not, I wouldn't risk it, just in case. But you want to kill all the acolytes just like before. And then you're also going to get 3 ogres spawning in. 2 of them will spawn in first, and then once you kill one of them, a 3rd one will spawn in to take its place. Leave at least 1 ogre alive till everything else is dead. That'll make your life extremely easier. And then there's also a little secret triumph where after this part, if you haven't killed the boss yet, the boss will start shooting these orbs at you, similarly to the Taken, I think it's the Taken Phalanx. That's not right. It's the Taken Legion. No, I don't think it's the Legionnaires either. It's one of the Taken enemies that shoot the little orbs at you. If you shoot 15 of those, I think she shoots 5 at a time. Take those out, because It only takes a couple of those to kill you, but you want to take all those out. And if you do, I believe it's 15, you'll get the secret triumph, and then kill the boss. But what you want to do then is once you get the boss to despawn from there, and then she'll spawn into the middle, and then she'll go back to the right hand side of the map, and an elite wizard will spawn in. I'm telling you this now because I killed her before that happened. Run back to the entrance where we shot the crystal originally in this section, and kill that wizard. Run and grab the orb and come running back. There's going to be 2 more red bar health wizards that spawn in. Kill both of them, and then go ahead and slam up, and then we're going to stay on that stage and just finish the boss off there. Otherwise, you can do what I do here and just kill her like this. So hopefully this guide helped you out. If it did, hit the like button, hit subscribe for me to the channel. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section down below. Links to the other guides will also be in the description box down below on Wednesday afternoon. And as always, stay positive, be happy, be healthy, live long and prosper, and have an incredible week.
Do you feel it? The light is back. We're back. Eyes out, Guardian.